तस्य ज्ञानार्जन शलाकया तक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति पदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु युतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथवितं तं सावजीवं सावधूतं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादं सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखावितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपीसा गोपिका कंठ राधा कंठ नमस्तुते। तप्त कंचना गौरंगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुतदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। बैक टू माताजी। हरे कृष्णा माताजी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for reciting the Mangala Charan. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you so much for joining today's discussion. So we'll discuss about the chapter 14, the three modes of material nature. We are bound by these three modes of material nature as soon as we got the human body or any kind of other species body in this material world. At that time we already got influenced by these three modes of material nature, which are satya, rajas and tama gunas. So today Prabhuji will start from verse 8. No, Prabhuji? Subal Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So we'll start reading chapter 14, verse 8. Sorry, devotees. I'll just try to. Okay. Sorry about that. So we'll read today 14.8. So here in this this verse, next three verses, it's described. Krishna is describing about what are those gunas and what is the examples of a person with particular modes or gunas. So here 14.8, we'll start reading this. I can start reciting the verse. तमस्त अज्ञानायं विद्धि मोहनं सर्वदेहिनं प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिस्तन्निवाधात्नाति भारत. Is anyone would like to read? Three devotees can read.
I can try, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
समस्त अज्ञानजं विद्धि मोहनं सर्वदेहिनां प्रमादालस्य निद्राभि तन्निबध्नाति भारत. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Any two Mataji and Prabhujis, please try reading.
हरे
I can
कृष्ण
read.
माताजी। ओके,
Yeah, Mataji.
गो हेड माताजी। गो हेड
हाँ
माताजी।
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम सभी के चरणों में। ऑल ग्लोरी टू श्रीला प्रभुपाद जी की। तमस्व व्यज्ञानजं वृद्धि मोहनम सर्वदेहिनां प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिस्त निबध्यति भारत.
you, Mataji. Thank you. Harini Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I can read. Hare Krishna. Tamastvi Agnana Viddi Mohanam Sarvadehinam Pramadalasya Nidrabis Tan Nibad Nibadnati Bharatha. Back to Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Nivadnati.
Nivadnati.
Yeah,
Nivadnati Bharata. Okay.
yeah, it's a little hard, this verse.
Nivadnati
Thank you.
Bharata. Bharata. Okay.
Bharata. Thank you,
Bharata.
Mataji. Preeti Mataji and Shalini Mataji, both of you can read. I think it's always better to have recite the verses.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sure.
Tamasevi jnanajam viddhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidrabis tannibadnati bharata. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Shalini Mataji, I think. Or any Prabhuji, like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I can also read.
Yes, please. Yes.
Tamastva Gnanajam Vidhi Mohanam Sarvadehinam Pramadalasya Nidrabhi Sthani Baddanti Bharata.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, any Prabhuji or Mataji would like to read the synonyms and translation, please? And then another devotee can read the purport. Who would like to read the synonyms, please? Go ahead.
Okay, Mataji, I can. Tama, the mode of ignorance. Tu, but. Agnanajam, produced by the ignorance. Vidhi, no. Mohanam, the delusion. Sarvadehinam, of the all embodied beings. Pramada, with madness. Alasya, indolence. Nidrabhi, and sleep. That Nibadnati, binds. Bharata, O son of Bharata. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. The result of the mode are madness, ignorance, and sleep, which bind the conditional soul. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Any Mataji Prabhuji would like to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, please read. Yeah.
Purport. In this verse, the specific application of the word tu is very significant. This means that the mode of ignorance is a very peculiar qualification of the embodied soul. The mode of ignorance is just the opposite of the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness, by development of knowledge, one can understand what is what. But the mode of ignorance is just the opposite. Everyone under the spell of the mode of ignorance becomes mad, and a madman cannot understand what is what. Instead of making advancement, one becomes degraded. The definition of the mode of ignorance is stated in the Vedic literature. Vyastu Yathyaatmaya Jnana Varakam Viparyaya Jnana Janakam Tamaha. Under the spell of ignorance, one cannot understand a thing as it is. For example, everyone can see that his grandfather has died and therefore he will also die. Man is mortal. The children that he conceives will also die. So the death is sure. Still, people are madly accumulating money and working very hard all day and night, not caring for the eternal spirit. This is madness. In their madness, they are very reluctant to make advancement in spiritual understanding. Such people are very lazy when they are invited to associate for spiritual understanding. They are not much interested. They are not even active like the man who is controlled by the mode of passion. Thus, another symptom of one embedded in the mode of ignorance is that he sleeps more than is required. 6 hours of sleep is sufficient, but a man in the mode of ignorance sleeps at least 10 or 12 hours a day. Such a man appears to be always dejected and is addicted to intoxicants and sleeping. These are the symptoms of a person conditioned by the mode of ignorance. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, you'd like to brief whatever you read?
Yeah, Mataji. So, mode of ignorance is just like opposite to the mode of goodness, and also but here in this world, we know everyone would die. Like our grandfather or even our children, everyone would die. But we are like working so hard to save money and everything for this material world, but that is like referred here as a madness. But in order to it, like we have to work on our spiritual journey, and also in the mode of ignorance, the people would be like sleeping more, and they will be like addicted to intoxicants. So that is called as like mode of ignorance, Mataji. That's what I understood. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Anyone would like to add anything with that purport? Mataji explained nicely. She gave the gist of mode of ignorance.
Yeah, I can add.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah, so the previous two verses, we started with the mode of goodness, then went to the mode of passion, and now we're in the mode of ignorance. So, mode of goodness, which is sattva guna, we saw that a person is well-to-do, and he's virtuous, and he's satisfied with his way of life, and he's happy. Then mode of passion is there are a lot of fruitive work that goes on. So he's in the mode of passion. There's a lot of desire. He wants to achieve. He has a lot of goals, and so he's also working very hard to accumulate money and so on. And but because of the sense gratification, he has a lot of passion. The mode of the tamas guna, which you are reading now, is obviously the worst one of the three, and uh, so here he is indolent or he's lazy. He sleeps a lot. And once you sleep a lot, you sleep late and so get up late, and then your half the day is gone, and then you're trying to recover the rest of the day. So you really don't have. So the whole sattva guna, which is supposed to be early in the morning, uh, he completely bypasses that, and then he gets into the rajoguna period. But the time that he really enjoys is the tamoguna period, which is a time of darkness, when that's the time the people, drink alcohol and drugs and so on and so on, and they so their whole mentality is driven towards laziness and really no interest. Even if you invite such a person to any type of a spiritual gathering, he has no interest at all. So that way, uh, but having said that, yesterday, as Prabhuji was explaining, during the course of a day, uh, we all may encounter some part of this tamoguna. We are in the morning, it's sattva guna, then middle of the day, afternoon, it's all rajoguna, and then the darkness time is tamoguna. So it's a combination of all these three. And even those people who are in sattva guna, it's it's an opportunity to actually transcend that and get into the free from all these three modes and get into the Shuddha Tattva. So thank you, Mataji. So,
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, very nicely explained, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yes, this is the Prabhupada is giving a lot of analogy and example to understand who are the people with tamagun, influenced by tamagun or mode of ignorance. At least I am always in the mode of ignorance, not able to keep my satya guna, but I'm trying. So we'll read the another verse, Prabhuji. So let me get that verse. We'll also read the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse 9. It's not coming. Why it's not coming? Okay, so who would like to read this verse?
I like to read.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Sattvam sukhe sajayati rajaha karmani bharata nanamavrutatu tamaha pramade sajayuttataha.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Anyone would like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, please.
Sattvam sukhe sanjati rajah karmani bharata jnanam avirthayathu tamaha pramade sanjayatyuta. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Anyone?
Mataji, can I read Mataji?
Yeah, yes, please.
Sattvam sukhe sanjayati raja karmani bharata jnanan avatyatu tamha pramade sajayati yuta. Back to Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Basant Prabhu would like to read the verse. Maybe Prabhuji is busy. I can read. Satyam sukhe sanjayati rajaha karmani bharata jnanam abritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayatyato. Anyone would like to read the verse?
Yes, Mataji, I can read.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
please. Yes.
Second. Sattvam sukhe sajjayati rajah karmani bharata jnanamavritya tu tamaha pramade sajjayatyuta. Hare Krishna. Dhanvat pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Anyone would like to read synonyms translation? Kush Prabhu would like to read?
Yes, sure.
Please.
Sattvam, the mode of goodness. Sukhe, in happiness. Sanjayati, binds. Raja, a mode of passion. Karmani, in fruitive activity. Bharata, O son of Bharata. Yanam, knowledge. Avritya, covering. Tu, but. Tama, the mode of ignorance. Pramade, in madness. Sanjayati, binds. Uta, it is said. O son of Bharata, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion conditions one to fruitive action, and ignorance, covering one's knowledge, binds one to madness.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone wants to read the purport? It's a very small purport.
I can finish it if you
Yes,
want.
please. Yeah. Okay.
A person in the mode of goodness is satisfied by his work or intellectual pursuit, just as a philosopher, scientist, or educator may be engaged in a particular field of knowledge and may be satisfied in that way. A man in the mode of passion may be engaged in fruitive activity, He owns as much as he can and spends for good causes. Sometimes he tries to open hospitals, give to charity institutions, etc. These are signs of one in the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance covers knowledge. In the mode of ignorance, whatever one does is good neither for him nor for anyone.
You, Prabhu, and anything you would like to add?
No, nothing really.
Okay, thank you so much for reading this.
No problem.
So here, Prabhupada in the purport and Krishna in the verse, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, telling to Arjuna that mode of goodness conditions to one to happiness. So that means this is also a binding. Like people who are in the mode of goodness, they are very happy because they are very satisfied what they have achieved in their life. So that is one kind of bindings. And passion conditions one to fruitive actions, means mode of person who has mode of passion, they are always like want to do something, want to achieve in this material world, and that therefore doing lot of fruitive activities. And the ignorance, they do not want any knowledge, any kind of responsibility to be involved in. They just, that's what Prabhupada is telling here, the madness. So it's Prabhupada is telling how they're mad because they do not want to do anything in a constructive way. They are lazy, do not want to think, don't want to do, enjoy life in their own ways, etc. So those are the different modes and how the living entity acts according to these different modes of nature. So I will share some.
Can I just add one thing?
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Yeah. So this verse that we just read, it's like a summary of all the other three, highlighting each of the three modes.
Yeah.
And I heard from, I was listening to one Acharya, and he was saying how the mode of goodness, you can compare it to being bound by a gold chain.
Yeah.
And the mode of passion, you're bound by a silver chain. And the mode of ignorance, you're bound by an iron chain. But the point here is that you're bound in the material world, irrespective of which chain it is. So,
Correct.
I think that sort of tells you the three different levels. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu, very nicely. Yes, and give the metaphor of chains. So whether it's gold or whether made up with silver or copper doesn't matter, but those are all like bindings. All the different kinds of bindings with different kind of chains, and compared with different the three modes of material nature. Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing this. So here in this in the previous chapter as well as in this chapter, Krishna is do you see the screen, Prabhuji?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, Mataji, Prabhuji. So, in the previous chapter and this chapter, Krishna, and also and Bhagavad Gita, in other verses, Krishna says that I am Aham Bija. So he is the seed giving father. Krishna is, because in 13th chapter, Arjuna asked 6 questions to Krishna. We read about this. Again, I'm repeating to refresh our mind. One is who is Prakriti, who is Purusha, who is Kshetra, what is Kshetra, who is Kshetragya, then Jnanam and Gyam. So 6 questions Arjuna asked to Krishna. So Krishna explained Arjuna very clearly, and so Krishna is the supreme Purusha. He is the supreme enjoyer, and he is the seed giving father. So Krishna impregnates the living entities or souls to the material nature. So he injects the soul or living entity to this material nature or Prakriti. That's why the material nature is our mother. Prakriti is our mother. And in this material nature, souls gets the body composed of 24 elements. That's what also we have read. And also souls also got the consciousness. So that way soul come in this material world with getting different kinds of body and composed of this 24 elements, and also the soul gets the consciousness. Next is that we read about these three modes of material nature, and soul actually influenced by these three modes of material nature. And we also learned that the soul, when influenced by the material nature through the false ego, the soul is thinking that he is doing that all the activities because of the false ego. But no, actually the three modes of material nature actually is the one who affect the soul's consciousness. So I got from his Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji's lecture. So that's what I'm sharing with you here, that Prabhuji said clearly that soul is very pure, very pure. As Prabhupada also saying, soul is very pure. Soul never affected by the modes. What are the modes? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. But our consciousness affected by these modes. So our consciousness affected by these three modes, and then accordingly we act. But soul is always eternal and pure. The next thing I pointed out some of the three modes: gunas, goodness, and what's the definition, what's the time, food, action, to understand better. So here the sattva guna, which is the mode of goodness, is characterized by purity. A person who is in satya guna, they are very pure, very illuminative, they are very bright, and they are knowledgeable. And this mode is the platform for which one can best perceive spiritual truth. Means a person, he may or may not be in the Krishna consciousness, but his perception is very pure, and his knowledge, he is very successful and never lie, and lead a very sattvic life. Those are in the sattva guna. And this sattva guna predominates what time? We also read about this Adna Prabhuji's lecture. Prabhuji gave the lecture that Brahma Muhurta is considered the peak time of goodness. So that's why in the morning time, Brahma Muhurta, and that's why all the spiritual activity we are prescribed to do all the pujas, our chanting, everything in the Brahma Muhurta, because that time the modes, Sattva Guna modes predominates. And but with time, like when during the day, mid of the day, mode of passion predominates, and during night time, mode of ignorance predominates. Mode of passion or tamaguna, rajas, and then mode of ignorance is tamas. The tamas is usually predominates at night time. Now coming back to the sattva guna. So sattva guna, the foods that increase the duration of life and purity one's existence and give strength and health. So sattvic food are always good. That's why we offer always Krishna good food like milk products, grains, fruits and vegetables. Those are all in the mode of goodness. Now next is the action. So performing one's duty without attachment to the results or personal gain. Usually people who are in the sattva guna, they usually very bright, and they do the duties without attachment and to the results or personal gain. So this action mainly is talking about a devotee who are in the sattva guna. They do the activities without attachment or personal gain. Now the next is the binding nature, as Prabhupada says here, and Prabhuji also mentioned that about the chain. And here Prabhupada warned that even this mode is a golden chain as it binds one to the attachment of material happiness and intellectual knowledge. So, as Sattva Guna people, this also a kind of binding. This mode is also binds, and this binds with golden chain, means very like expensive, valuable. Gold is very valuable. So, but still it's a binding. So, because people who are in the Sattva Guna, they think themselves they are always higher compared to others. That's why they are happy because they got achieve a lot in their life. So, they are done with this. But still, it's kind of binding. That's Prabhupada is mentioned here when described about Sattva Guna or mode of goodness. Now, next we are coming to the Rajas or mode of passion. So, what are the Rajagunas? It's driven by intense desire, greed, and the longing for sensory satisfaction. This mode leads to excessive activity and attachment. So, Rajagunas, people, they have lot of desire, greed, and I will win. I want to win. I want to get this. I want to get that position. Always like want something to get, and their sometimes mood is also very rough. They always want thing by fighting. So that is a mode of passion, and they have lot of attachment to this different activities because they are always wants to enjoy, wants to control things. That's the always the nature of a person who are in the mode of passion. And according their behavior is feverish work for the sake of personal prestige or material profit. That's what just we discussed, that because of gaining something they are always want to work. They are not lazy. So mode of passion people, they are not lazy. As Prabhupada was explaining that they work very hard. Sometimes even they forgot to eat food on time, forgot to sleep. So much workaholic in United States. Even like I'm not, I don't know about others, but like sometimes it like I do not have any choice. I have to work very hard to keep my job, to keep my like prestige in front of others in the department. I have to work hard. I have to show that okay, I am doing this. So those things, like when I'm that time I'm in the mode of passion when I'm at work. So this is example of mode of passion. And also I'll give example from the Shastras, from Puranas. But before that, let's read about the food. So Rajagunas foods are that which are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, or burning are the mode of passion and causes distress. So people are like who are in the mode of passion, they want very spicy food, very tasty, lot of and greasy. So charred food, hot food. So those are actually the sign of Rajagunas. And Prabhupada often noted that modern industrial civilization is primarily driven by Rajas. That Prabhupada says about the modern society, and which results in restlessness and constant competition. So when there is a Rajagunas the predominates, that time there is always competition. I will win. I will do that. This is my country. This is my thing, etc. etc. So me, my, those things will come. That is belongs to Rajaguna. And the next is the third is Tamas, mode of ignorance. So this mode is leads to laziness, delusion, sleepy. Those like, oh, I don't want to do anything. Okay, it's fine. I'm okay. And symptoms are madness, indolence, and a lack of hygiene or motivation. So mode of ignorance, people has no motivation. They want to do things like, oh, it's okay. So okay, I want to go to the temple. Let's go to the temple. I said, okay, I'm not okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. So those and some examples like not doing things properly, watching TV for nothing. Okay, kind of no interest in hearing shastras, no interest in doing puja, etc. Sleeping for 10-12 years hours. So those things are the symptoms of tamagunas. And then foods are tasteless, impure foods, especially those meat, fish, eggs. Those are actually considered tamasic. And then the environment of tamagunas are darkness, intoxication, nighttime are associated with this mode. So as we discussed, the nighttime is considered as the mode of ignorance. And intoxication means some people are very much inclined to drink in the bar, going for other non abominable activities, etc. So those are all tamagunas, all the bad things. And also Prabhupada clarified that in this material body, a small amount of tamas is naturally used to sleep to allow the body to recover. So means those gunas are not bad. Tamagunas is not bad unless we able to balance. So without tamagunas, how will sleep? If suppose there is no tamagunas exist, then we won't be able to sleep. If we don't sleep, then how will get the energy? We'll be very tired, right? So that's also a necessity of sleeping. That's Prabhupada is clarified that we need tamas too for sleep. But it's not like 12-16 hours. But some people, some people has medical condition, they cannot sleep very well. Maybe they are sleeping, but their sleeps are very breaking intermittently, and they cannot sleep well. That's different. They can sleep longer for bodily needs, because Prabhupada also at the same time, Prabhupada is saying that we need to keep our body healthy, because for the Krishna service we need to keep our body healthy. So that's different thing. But if someone says, let's say, has a very good sleep, then 7 to 8 hours sleep is good. So that's what that's required, and then we will be good. So that way we have these three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. And let us give some example. In Ramayana, there are three brothers, and these three brothers actually have corresponds to three gunas. They signifies three gunas. Who are the three brothers? Can someone guess from Ramayana?
Ravan and his brothers.
Ravana,
Yeah.
Arjuna.
Yes. Very good.
Arjuna.
Yeah. Yes.
Arjuna.
Bibhishan, Ravan,
Arjuna.
Bibhishan, and Kumbhakarna.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay,
Ravan,
Madhavi.
yeah, Ravan is the mode of Ravan is mode of
Passion, Rajas.
mode of passion. Exactly. So Ravan is the mode of passion, and Bibhishan is mode of
Goodness.
ignorance. Sorry, Bibhishan is mode of goodness. Sorry.
The goodness for him.
Vibhishan is has a mood of goodness, and then Kumbhakarna has mode of ignorance. Why? Because Vibhishan was very sattvic. He maybe he was the brother of Ravan, but he always was on the side of Lord Ram. He was always on the side of dharma. And that's why he is with the modes of, he influenced by the mode of goodness. Whereas Ravan, always a tendency to win, tendency to get something, fighting, conquering. Okay, do this, do that. I'm always like want to achieve something. So that's why Ravan is the example of mode of passion, influenced by mode of passion. And then Kumbhakarna, always sleeping. 6 months sleeping, 6 months waking up. So that's why Kumbhakarna is the example of, signifies the mode of ignorance. So this way we understand this three modes. Now these three modes are interchangeable. Like this all depends upon how we'll act, how we can control our these modes. Like, as for example, I'll give you another example of three brothers. Let's say three brothers. I got this example from one Prabhuji's lecture. That's what I'm sharing here. So Prabhuji was telling there are three brothers. They sells hat, and one brother represents Satyagun, second brother represent Rajagun, and third brother represent Tamagun. So three brothers went outside to sell hats, wearing hats. And one day what happened? One brother, Satyaguna brother, he was very sleepy, so he slept at the jungle and with his hats keeping on the side, and the bag of hats keeping on the side. And one hat was in his head, and that one he put in his pocket, and then he slept. And when he wakes up, he saw, oh, there are no, where the bag? The bag is gone. And then he saw on the far that there are a lot of monkeys. They stole this bag and put the hats on their head. So the Satvaguna brother saw this. And the next day, same thing happened with Rajaguna's brother. And third day, the same thing happened with the Tamaguna brother. So then what happened? Who is the Tamaguna brother, who signifies, who has this Tamaguna? He was like, oh my God, what happened? Oh, I nothing will happen with me. Oh, they took my hats. What I'll do? Oh, always, why always bad thing happens with good people? Okay, I give up. And then he drank alcohol and he slept. Now the Tamaguna brother, what he did is, he was like fighting with the monkey, putting throwing stones on the monkeys. Give me the back, the hats. Give me back the hat. Give me the hats back, please. Give me the hat back. And then he was like throwing stones to the monkey. That way, he tried to get or achieve those hats back, but he could not able to succeed. The monkeys were just they did not care of that that Tamaguna brother. They just wearing the hat. They don't pay attention to him. Now what the Satvaguna brother he did is that person, he is very intelligent and knowledgeable. He knows that monkey can do copy. They are like a copycat. So what he did is, he had that one hat in his pocket. He put that hat in his head, and then the monkey was also put was already the hat was in their head, and then he was just open that hat from his head again and throw to the and forcefully just throw that hat to the street in the far. Then monkeys, they saw that and they also did the same, and then they also throw the hat to the street, and that way the Satvaguna brother, he able to get all those hat back, while the other gunas, they did not get the hat back from the monkeys. So that way, Prabhuji was explaining what's the difference between the three modes and how they act. So now the question is for us, like we know, like this all gunas actually all depends how we will act. And as Prabhuji was telling yesterday about that association. So having good association sometimes helps one to check their modes. Now, and at the same time, suppose if I associate with people who has lot interest in tamas or mode of ignorance. Okay, let's go to the restaurant and have good food. Let's go. Why not enjoy? That's a life. You know what will happen tomorrow. So let's go and enjoy. So if I get associated with that tamaguna people, then my consciousness will be polluted to tamagunas. But if I associate with the sattvaguna people who is a devotee also, sattvaguna plus a devotee who practice Krishna consciousness, who chants, whose life is very disciplined, chants, do deity worship, and read shastras, and very honest. If I associate with that type of sattva person whose sattva guna is predominant, then definitely I will get that gunas. My consciousness will be influenced by sattva guna. So whom I am associating with, it depends. So that's why we have to be very careful. And also Prabhupada says, and Krishna also says in the upcoming chapters, that the pure goodness, Suddha Sattva, this pure goodness is above all these three modes of material nature. When someone reach this pure goodness, means they knows the Brahman. So then this Brahman is who? Like four questions. There are four questions to ask to know the Brahman. Who is God? Who am I? I mean, who am I as a living entity? Who am I? Who is God? What is our relationship with God? And how to get the love of Godhead? These four things, when we'll know, that time a person will go beyond these three modes of material nature, Suddha Sattva, and through the devotional service, simple devotional service, chanting, hearing, and associating with devotees, this devotional service will help us to reach that pure love of Godhead or Suddha Satya. And that time, there is no need to be bound by these three modes of material nature, because that time we will be saturation will have a saturation. Okay, I got this in my life. I'm okay. I'm happy. I do not need anything. Now I will focus on my bhakti. Done with my career, done with my money earning, whatever I have, a simple living and high thinking. And what is the high thinking? Thinking of Krishna. That is important. So that's what I just have here, Prabhuji's and Mataji's. And Suddha Sattva, I just want to give an example. What is Suddha Sattva? So then I will end, and please add your comments. So we have 7 minutes. So Suddha Sattva, I'm giving you an example. Srila Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Srila Haridas Thakur, he was a close associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Haridas Thakur was tested by Maya Devi because Haridas Thakur was was in a pure state. So he all the time he just chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Jamindar, the landlord of one village, on that village, he sent one Mataji who was a prostitute. Her name was Lakshahira, and to allure Haridas Thakur, because Haridas Thakur was very young, but Haridas Thakur, because he was in a Shuddha Satya, means pure goodness, mode of pure goodness. So no three modes of material nature can affect him, because he was above and beyond through pure devotional service. So that's why Haridas Thakur won't be able, that Lakshahira, she waited 3 to 4 days to allure Haridas Thakur. But with the pure devotee association, Lakshahira The prostitute became a devotee, but Haridas Thakur was unchanged. The Lakshari won't be able to influence Haridas Thakur by any way. So no mode of passion, no mode of ignorance was there to Srila Haridas Thakur, because he was above these three modes of material nature. He was in the Shuddha Satya. So that is the example of Shuddha Satya. So that's why we can control our three modes of material nature only by practicing devotional service. And one day we'll able to overcome our modes of ignorance, or we can balance, because we need mode of passion, we need mode of ignorance, but we also need Shuddha Satya to reach the Shuddha Satya. Hare Krishna. Devotees, please add anything or any question or Shubal Gopal Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhuji, I did not
Hare
give you
Krishna
any.
Mataji, yeah, wonderfully explained, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is very important topic about these three modes, and you explained very nicely, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah, as Mataji mentioned, like like the representative of goodness is like Brahmana, the best example for the goodness, like even though the scientists, philosopher, like poets, all these, sometimes they are proud of their knowledge, sense of advanced happiness. And as our Raghu Prabhu wonderfully mentioned, like even though goodness, it is you are bound by the chain of gold, but you are still bound in this, and you are still in this material world with repeated birth and death, janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Feels sort of material happiness, but again in the same living conditions. Maybe you're still in the prison, you're given a like golden handcuffs, and maybe you are given a little better facilities, but you're still bound. So what causes the sense of happiness? Because one is less free from the sinful reactions. But in the again in the same way, passion is also bound by the ropes of desire, attachment. As Mataji mentioned, like Ravana, he had everything. He had lots of wealth, everything, but he had that desire, attachment to want more attraction. Characteristics in passion. People are attracted between man and woman, and advanced in civilization. Like is considered the mode of passion sometimes, and they are hankering for material enjoyment and sense gratification. They want more, wants honor in the society, nation. They want to be very popular, wants happy, big family, and like all these things are basically they are fruits of action. Whatever they do it for themselves, and they want to grow, earn more money. Like ignorance, as Mataji wonderfully mentioned. So they are morely into laziness. They are there's no advancement, and they are degraded. Like madness, everyone is dying, but people are madly accumulating money and not caring, and so they are lazy. They sleep like 10 12 hours, as Mataji mentioned, always dejected, addicted to intoxications, drink, smoke, sleep, all these like very degraded personalities. And that's why those people will take birth in a lower species, and they are foolish, madness, illusion. People in the goodness attains pure higher planets, but it's still in this 14 planetary systems. They may go to higher planets, Indraloka, Chandraloka, and but for that is for time being. But again, they have to fall down. And in the passion, of course, they are in earthly planets because they have more desire. They are greedy, uh, So in that way, you can see that they are still. That's why we have to raise above these three modes. Again, the goodness, the same thing what we do in the same way, but we have to work for Krishna. I mean, in goodness also we, they do charity, but here we do charity and give Krishna prasadam, Krishna's knowledge, Guru Sadhu Shastra, and our, I mean, we have it, our home, but our home, we have Krishna in the center. So our home is not ours; it's Krishna's home. It's a temple. So in that way, if we think like our kids, these are not our kids. They are actually, I mean, who are we? Because we are just Nimitta Matra. They are Krishna's kids. We have this opportunity, to take care of them and, guide them into Krishna consciousness. So I think in that way, we can get rid of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi and go back to God. That's my understanding. Sorry, Mataji, took some time.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for nicely explaining, Prabhu. Anyone, Prabhu Mataji's, please. Priti Mataji, Asha Mataji, Harini Mataji, Payal Mataji, Basant Prabhu, Shalini Mataji, Kush Prabhu, anything? Vipul Prabhu, I'm sorry, Baladev Shiva Prabhu, Raghu Prabhu spoke.
Very
Anything
nice
anyone?
class, Mataji. The examples that you gave of the three brothers and then
Yeah.
also of the monkey and the hat story was very helpful in understanding the three modes of material nature. So thank you. The slides, every time you prepare so much and so much effort goes into every class that you're taking. It's very much appreciated. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu Mataji. All glories to Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for explaining all that
Mataji.
rajas and all that. Thank you so much, Mataji. Ignorance and all that, passionate and everything. It goes into our brain today. Very nice explanation, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Yes, very simple, easy to
Thank you,
understand.
Masa.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Panchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubha eva cha patitanam pavanebhya vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, ISKCON Tempa devotees ki jai, Bhagavad Gita discussion ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Saraswati
Krishna.
Mataji ki jai.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.